घन घन नीलवदन अति सुंदर 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 मेघ श्यामल माधव मुरहरा मेघ श्यामल माधव मुरहरा मेघ श्यामल माधव मुरहरा मेघ श्यामल माधव मुरहरा घन घन नीलवदन अति सुंदर घन घन नीलवदन अति सुंदर मंद स्मित मुख राधा मनोहरा 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 गोविंद गोपाल नटवर गिरिधर गोविंद गोपाल नटवर गिरिधर गोविंद गोपाल नटवर गिरिधर गोविंद गोपाल नटवर गिरिधर मेघ श्यामल माधव मुरहरा मेघ श्यामल माधव मुरहरा मेघ श्यामल माधव मुरहरा मेघ श्यामल माधव मुरहरा घन घन नीलवदन अति सुंदर घन घन नीलवदन अति सुंदर मेघ श्यामल माधव मुरहरा मेघ श्यामल माधव मुरहरा घन घन नीलवदन अति सुंदर घन घन नीलवदन अति सुंदर मंद स्मित मुख राधा मनोहरा मंद स्मित मुख राधा मनोहरा गोविंद गोपाल नटवर गिरिधर गोविंद गोपाल नटवर गिरिधर
सत्य धर्म शांति प्रेम स्वरूपा प्रशांति निलया देवा
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 Offering our humble pranams at the divine lotus feet of Sadhguru Shri Madhusudan Sai, respected elders, brothers, sisters, staff, students, and everyone watching us live from around the world, Sai Ram and a very good evening, and welcome to day 6 of the Navaratri Homa, Atirudra Mahayajna and the Durga Puja celebrations here at Sathya Sai Grama. We extend our warm welcome to our guest, Shri B.L. Santhosh, Senior Leader and National General Secretary of the Bharatiya Janata Party. We shall commence the program with Vedic invocation by the boys students of the university, and they will be chanting the Saraswati Suktam.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Yamadadadrabhasamranachyutam divo dasam vadhrashvaya dashushe Yashashvantamachakada vasam panintate Dhatrani davisha saraswati Iyam shushme bhirvisakha Ivaru jatsanu girenanta vishe bhirurmibhihi Padavatakni mavase suvriktibhis saraswati ma vivase madhitibhihi Saraswati devani doni barhaya prajam vishwasya brisayasya mahinaha Utakshitibhyo vaniravindo vishamebhyo asravo vajinivati Prano devi saraswati vajebhirvajinivati Dhinama vitravato Yasva devi saraswatyupabrute dhane hite Indranna vritraturye Tvandevi saraswatya vavajeshu vajini Rada pushe vanasanim Utasya nas saraswati ghora hiranyavartanihi Vritragne vashti sushtutim Yasya ananto ahritasveshashta rishnurarnavaha Amasharatiroruvata Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Sai Ishwararpanamastu
This morning, Sadhguru inaugurated the Nada Gurukulum, established to promote and preserve various art forms of Bharatiya Samskriti. Upon his arrival, Purnahuti was offered for the Homa. Following this, students pursuing performing arts presented Bharatnatyam, an invocatory dance, which was followed by a soulful rendition of a Tyagaraja Kriti by the music students. In her address, Padma Vibhushan awardee Dr. Padma Subramaniam guided the students to make the best use of this divine opportunity to spread the glory of Indian tradition. Sadhguru then shared that during the Purnahuti, it was Bharata Muni, the sage who codified dance and music in the Natya Shastra, who appeared from the sacred Homakunda to receive the Ahuti. He further revealed his vision for the Nada Gurukulam to embrace all art forms, including the establishment of a school dedicated to ancient temple architecture. Today, The Divine Mother is worshipped as Devi Katyayani, born as the daughter of sage Katyayan to destroy evil forces. She is depicted with 4 hands, riding a lion, and is considered a fierce warrior form of the goddess. Ma Katyayani awakens our inner vision, the power to see truth beyond illusion. She doesn't just fight demons outside, but she helps us conquer them right within. We will now have a short video on Ma Katyayani.
On the 6th day of Navaratri, devotees bow to Ma Katyayani, the fierce warrior goddess revered as the slayer of the mighty demon Mahishasura. She is the 6th form of Ma Durga, embodying divine strength, fearlessness, and justice. According to the scriptures, when Mahishasura, the buffalo demon, threatened the very order of the universe, the gods combined their energies to create a radiant warrior maiden. From their collective divine power was born Ma Katyayani. Named so because she was born in the ashram of sage Katyayan, who had long prayed for the goddess to bless him with a daughter. Armed with a shining sword, a lotus, and divine radiance, she took her place as the protector of Dharma, destined to destroy evil. Ma Katyayani's story is one of courage, devotion, and the triumph of righteousness. Her victory over Mahishasura is not only a tale of divine strength, but also a symbol of how truth and virtue always overcome arrogance and injustice. On this sacred day, worshippers believe that invoking Ma Katyayani grants them the power to face life's challenges with resilience. She is also worshipped by young devotees seeking harmony in relationships and blessings for a suitable marriage. Her grace purifies sins, removes obstacles, and instills both inner and outer strength. On the 6th day of Navaratri, devotees honor Ma Katyayani with heartfelt rituals that embody both devotion and symbolism. Worshippers adorn themselves in the colors red, representing love, or green, symbolizing growth and new beginnings to align with the goddess's energy. They offer honey, her cherished bhog, along with red flowers and vermilion as sacred tokens of reverence. The day is completed with puja and mantra japa, where devotees immerse themselves in the goddess's fierce yet compassionate presence, seeking her blessings of strength, courage, and purity. As the Navaratri days move forward, this worship reminds us that true strength lies not only in defeating outer evils, but also in conquering the inner demons of doubt, fear, and negativity. And so we pray, O Ma Katyayani, destroyer of evil and protector of truth, bless us with courage, clarity, and unshakable devotion. May your fierce power guide us through struggles, and your compassion bring us peace.
Today, the sacred rituals of Lakshmi Narasimha Homa and Gayatri Homa were performed. The Lakshmi Narasimha Homa venerates the combined energies of Goddess Lakshmi and Lord Narasimha, empowering devotees to overcome difficulties and inviting prosperity. The Gayatri Homa was also performed, invoking the power of the Gayatri Mantra with various sacrificial offerings. These rituals are believed to grant health, wealth, peace of mind, remove astrological doshas, and help devotees triumph over life's challenges. Following the homas, Durga Puja and Arati were performed in the traditional Bengali style. The Rudra Homa concluded with Purnahuti and was followed by Ashtavadana Seva, the Chaturveda Parayanam, rendition of Ashtakam, Sangeetam, Panchavadyam, and Nadaswaram. In his discourse, Sadhguru began by quoting Bharata Muni from the Natya Shastra. He said, Where there is music, the chanting of mantras, the performance of homas and yagas, and the reverberation of divine activities, such a place is freed from sins and attains purity and auspiciousness. Explaining the Gayatri Mantra, Sadhguru said it is known as Tripada, the threefold expression that elevates us from materialization to vibration and ultimately to radiation, leading to one's own emancipation. Speaking on the Samaveda, he reminded that sound itself is God, for it is from the primordial sound Omkara that the entire universe emerged. Thus, Nada and Veda are the very breath of God. The Nada Gurukulum has been established here at Sathya Sai Grama to take this truth to more people and protect our culture. We will now have the launch of the official website of the Nada Gurukulam, a digital doorway into its vision and mission. We invite on stage Mr. Dinesh Rudra, Creative Director of the Shri Sathya Sai Premamrutham Prakashana, and Mr. Srinivas Vishwanatha, Administrative Officer of the Nada Gurukulam. As we journey from vision to voice and from inspiration to impact, we now turn our attention to those who walk the talk, our partners in service. This evening, we are delighted to present the CSR Circle of Honor to Rural Shores Business Services Private Limited, a pioneering rural digital operations company that has been steadfastly supporting our mission in education, healthcare, and nutrition for the past 5 years. With a workforce of over 3,500 professionals and more than 15 centers in 9 states, Rural Shores integrates rural talent into the global knowledge economy through AI-enabled, ESG-driven services. It empowers youth with sustainable skills, employment opportunities, and community development, driving the noble vision of ruralizing India. Rural Shores has partnered very closely with the Prashanti Balamandira Trust and the Shri Sathya Sai Annapurna Trust. We have 2 representatives this evening and may we invite on stage Mr. G. Srinivasan, co-founder and director of Rural Shores, and Mr. Maharaja Gokulvasan, executive vice president of cooperative functions. May we invite Mr. Srinivasan to deliver his acceptance speech.
Sai Ram and pranams to all. Pranams to the lotus feet of Swami Sadhguru. Rural Shores is a company blessed by Bhagavan Sathya Sai Baba and Sadhguru. Rural Shores may be legally an independent private company, but in spiritually and in values, it is 100% aligned with the Swami's mission. The first center was inaugurated by Bhagavan Baba, and the 14th center in Garchuk, Assam, was inaugurated by Swami, And now we have the 15th center coming right outside the ashram, where we'll also have a AI lab. Possibly it will be ready in 2 months. Close association, Murli Ulaganti, who is the key founder, based in US, is known to many of you. Shobhana Gupta is an independent director who resides here. And one of our first few employees, Govind Reddy, was with us for the first few years before. All of you know him here. So he has done a lot of work for us. And each and every employee, from the junior most, the group CEO, contribute 1 rupee every day for the cause here. That is our association. So we are honored and privileged to receive this appreciation and recognition from Swami, though it would be very foolish of us to imagine that we have got it for something we have done. It's something we are in the process of giving back what we have got, a small portion. And we also take it as a blessing and love and encouragement to us from Swami to reach more and more rural youth across India and bring them to the digital AI era and give them a sense of dignity and life. We dedicate this award to Swami with sincerity, and may I say thank you and pranam. Sai Ram.
We will now have a short presentation on the Nada Gurukulam by Mr. Srinivas Vishwanatha, an alumnus of the Shri Sathya Sai Mirpuri College in Puttaparthi, and he currently serves as a lecturer in the Department of Music and also the Administrative Officer at Nada Gurukulam.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Offering our humble pranams at the divine lotus feet of our beloved Sadguru. First of all, I would like to thank Swami for giving us a wonderful boon of Nada Gurukulam by inaugurating it today. Sadguru envisioned from very early on the establishment of a school of performing arts that would nurture and sustain the rich cultural heritage of India. His vision extended beyond music and dance, encompassing visual arts, folk traditions, and diverse art forms that together embody the soul of Indian culture. As Sadguru often says, if I wish to speak for a minute, I will reflect for an hour. If I wish to speak for an hour, I will reflect for a day. With such depth of thought guiding him, one can only imagine the time, clarity, and foresight that went into shaping this grand vision. The first tangible step in bringing this idea to life began with an MOU with Kalakshetra under the leadership of Srimati Revati Ramachandran, then director of Kalakshetra and currently the director of Nada Gurukulam. Under her guidance, students from our institution were exposed to an authentic pursuit of art, and she began mentoring our dance students with great care and dedication, raising their artistic and performance standards significantly. These are few of the opportunities that we had got when she has been the director of Kalakshetra and after the MOU has been exchanged. The journey took its first major step during the inauguration of the Sai Krishnan Cricket Stadium, where Srimati Revati Ramachandran curated and presented over 6 different art forms from across India in a seamless ensemble. This performance beautifully showcased the diversity and unity inherent in Indian arts tradition. Sadguru also had the vision of a complete in-house presentation where every dancer, musician, and technician would emerge from within our institution. Guided by Revati Madam's leadership, this dream materialized through 6 original productions, each uniquely conceptualized and choreographed as per Sadguru's guidance. We had the first presentation which we did, Guru Prabhava, followed by Devi Mangalam during last year Dashara, a Nrityopasana, a Margam presentation, Govindarpanam, Triveni, the first time a presentation is done where music, that is Nada, Veda and Nritya have been presented together, and a patriotic presentation titled Vande Mataram. Each production was distinct, profound and spiritually elevating, reflecting both artistic excellence and divine inspiration. With the blessings of Sadhguru and the mentorship of Revati Madam, our students began receiving recognition at national stages. They performed during the Magari season in Chennai last year, one of the most respected cultural festivals in India, at renowned venues such as the Indian Fine Arts Society and few other venues as well. One of our students, under the guidance of Revati ma'am, Miss Sneha, brought further pride to the institution by securing second place in the talent promotion scheme organized by the Indian Fine Arts Society amid strong competition from across the country. Students also had the privilege of interacting with eminent personalities such as Shri Anish Rajan, Director at the Ministry of Culture, New Delhi, who shared his research insights and encouraged them to deepen their pursuit of art through scholarship and exploration. The institution had been honored to present at some of the most sacred and prestigious venues in India, which includes Chidambaram Temple of Lord Nataraja, Prayagraj during the Mahakumbh Mela last year under the Ministry of Culture, Nagapattinam in the august presence of Dr. Padma Subramaniam. Collaborative ventures further enriched the journey with notable productions like Laya Nirupanam created in partnership with Kala Sadhanalaya. Most recently, our students performed at Swami Dayananda Ashram, Rishikesh during the Aradhana festival of Swami Dayananda Saraswati Ji, offering yet another testament to the growing recognition of this artistry. The signing of the MOU with the Indira Gandhi National Center for the Arts, IGNCA, has been a transformative milestone for our institution. This collaboration has not only strengthened our academic and cultural foundation, but also provided our students with unparalleled opportunities for exposure to the highest standards of artistic and cultural scholarship. Through this partnership and many others, our students have gained access to curated workshops, research initiatives, and interactions with eminent scholars and practitioners, enabling them to broaden their perspective and deepen their understanding of India's rich cultural traditions. The value these associations bring is truly commendable, as it continues to inspire and equip our students to become well-rounded artists, researchers, and cultural ambassadors. What began as a vision of Sadhguru has today blossomed into a vibrant reality, nurturing generations of young artists. Under his blessings and the dedicated leadership of Srimati Revati Ramchandran, our institution has evolved into a hub of cultural excellence and budding institution where creating performers, scholars, and torchbearers are being nurtured to become India's timeless artistic heritage. Thank you, Swami, for giving us such a wonderful guidance and all the time being with us at every step of our journey in this musical journey. Thank you so much. Thank you. Sai Ram.
May we now invite Shri B.L. Santhosh ji to address all of us this evening.
ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಸದ್ಗುರುಗಳ ಪಾದಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಸ್ಕರಿಸ್ತಾ, ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಾಧಕರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ನಮಸ್ಕರಿಸ್ತಾ, today we have assembled here on the auspicious confluence of two occasions. We have assembled here during Navaratri celebrations for people who have come across the world. Navaratri for Hindus, Navaratri for Indians, and Navaratri for Sanathanis. It is a penance also, it is a festival also, it is a puja also, it is a celebration also. It is many in one single form. ಇಡೀ ದೇಶ ನವರಾತ್ರಿಯ, ದುರ್ಗಾ ಪೂಜೆಯ, ವಿಜಯದಶಮಿಯ, ರಾಮಲೀಲಾ ಮಹೋತ್ಸವದ ಒಂದು ಪುಣ್ಯದ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಇವತ್ತು ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅಟ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ we are amid celebration of the centenary birth year of Bhagwan Sathya Sai Baba also. ಭಗವಾನ್ ಸತ್ಯಸಾಯಿ ಸಾಯಿಬಾಬಾ ಅವರ 100ನೇ ವರ್ಷದ ಜನ್ಮ ದಿನಾಚರಣೆಯ 100 ದಿನಗಳ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಇವತ್ತಿಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಕಾನ್ಫ್ಲುಯೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ 2 sacred moments for every one of us who are sitting here also. Today I was fortunate enough in the company of Shri Govind Reddy, in the company of Shri Aryan, in the company of Shri Dharani Prasad, I was able to visit many of the activities that have been going on in Sathya Sai Grama under the blessing, with the blessings of Sguru. Every single inch, every single centimeter of this Sathya Sai Grama and every single activity of this institution and every single heartbeat of the sadhaks who are present here and who are working here, there is a touch of Sadguru in every single aspect of this Sathya Sai Grama. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಕ್ಷಣದಲ್ಲೂ ಅವರ ಸ್ಪರ್ಶ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ, ಅವರ ಪ್ರೇರಣೆ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ, ಅವರ ಪ್ರೇರಣೆಯ ಅನುಭವ ನಮಗಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಅನೇಕರ ಬದುಕಿನಲ್ಲಿ, ಇನ್ ದ ಲೈಫ್ ಆಫ್ ವೇರಿಯಸ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹೂ ಆರ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಅನೇಕ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ಅಮಂಗ್ ವೇರಿಯಸ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ದಟ್ ಆರ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಡ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ಅದೆಲ್ಲದರಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವರ ಸ್ಪರ್ಶ, ಅವರ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ, ಅವರು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಬೆಂಬಲ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಈ ಪರಿಸರದಲ್ಲಿ ಓಡಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ ಯು ಫೀಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಅನ್, ದೆರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ನೀಡ್ ಮಚ್ ಟು ಹಿಯರ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಅನ್, ಯು ಫೀಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಅನ್. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಡಿ ವಿ ಗುಂಡಪ್ಪನವರು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಒಬ್ಬ ಪ್ರಸಿದ್ಧ ಕವಿ. ಡಿ ವಿ ಗುಂಡಪ್ಪ ಇಸ್ ಎ ವೆರಿ ಫೇಮಸ್ ಪೊಯೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ. ಅನೇಕ ಸುಂದರವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕವಿತೆಗಳನ್ನ ಅವ್ರು ಬರೆದು ನಮ್ಮ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅವರು. ಆದರೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯನ ನಿತ್ಯ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಮರಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೋದಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಅನೇಕ ಕವನಗಳನ್ನ, ಅನೇಕ ಪದ್ಯಗಳನ್ನ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ಕಟ್ಟೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರು ಬರೆದಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಕವನ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಪ್ರಸಿದ್ಧ. ಇಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕನ್ನಡದ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು, ಆಲ್ ದ ಕನ್ನಡ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್, ದೇ ವುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಹರ್ಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬೈ ಹಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ದೇರ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಡೇಸ್. ಹುಲ್ಲಾಗು ಬೆಟ್ಟದಡಿ ಮನೆಗೆ ಮಲ್ಲಿಗೆಯಾಗು, ಕಲ್ಲಾಗು ಕಷ್ಟಗಳ ಮಳೆಯ ವಿಧಿ ಸುರಿಯೇ. ಹುಲ್ಲಾಗು ಬೆಟ್ಟದಡಿ ಮನೆಗೆ ಮಲ್ಲಿಗೆಯಾಗು, ಕಲ್ಲಾಗು ಕಷ್ಟಗಳ ಮಳೆಯ ವಿಧಿ ಸುರಿಯೇ. ಬೆಲ್ಲ ಸಕ್ಕರೆಯಾಗು ದೀನ ದುರ್ಬಲರಿಂಗೆ, ಎಲ್ಲರೊಳಗೊಂದಾಗು ಮಂಕುತಿಮ್ಮ. If you call service, if you mention service, then it has got service in this these 4 lines you have service. If you want to look at spirituality that this land has prophesied since very long, from times immemorial, then you have spirituality also in this single poem. So if you want a common person's living ideal in this country, that also it is there in this poem. In a single poem of 4 lines, the great poet of Karnataka, D.V. Gundappa, he has crystallized what this country stands for, what this land stands for, and what this civilization stands for, which Sadguru is also taking forward in a more beautiful manner and in a more professional manner and in a more time-oriented manner. ಸಮಕಾಲೀನ, ಸಮಯಕಾಲೀನ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಆ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಇದನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂದೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರೋದನ್ನು ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಪ್ರತಿನಿತ್ಯವೂ ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಯೇ. ಇವತ್ತು ನಾದ ಗುರುಕುಲಂನ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಯಾಗಿದೆ ಇಲ್ಲೇ. ಆ ಪ್ರತಿ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಯ ಹಿಂದೆ ಕೂಡ ಈ ಮಣ್ಣಿನ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ತಂತು, ಈ ಮಣ್ಣಿನ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ನು, ಸಮ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ವಿತ್ ದಿಸ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್, ಸಮ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ವಿತ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್, ಸಮ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಐಡಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸಮ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ವಾಟ್ ಕೋಟೆಮನೆ ರಾಮಚಂದ್ರ ಭಟ್ ಜಿ mentioned during today afternoon's just conversation, ಅನುಷ್ಠಾನ ವೇದಾಂತ, ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಪಿರಿಚುಯಾಲಿಟಿ ಇನ್ ಎವ್ರಿಡೇ ಲೈಫ್. ಯಾವ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತವನ್ನು, ಯಾವ ವಿಚಾರವನ್ನು, ಯಾವ ಐಡಿಯಲ್ಸನ್ನು, ಯಾವ ವರ್ಚ್ಯೂಸನ್ನು ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವೋ, ಪ್ರೀಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ, ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಇನ್ ಎವ್ರಿಡೇ ಲೈಫ್ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಅದ್ಭುತವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸಂದೇಶವನ್ನು ಈ ನೆಲ ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆಯೋ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅದನ್ನೇ ಆ ಪದ್ಯ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ, ಅದನ್ನೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಅನೇಕ ಧರ್ಮಗ್ರಂಥಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ. What does that poem tell us? Hullagu bettadadi, in a mountain full of stones, become a blade of grass. It is living, it is green, it is a green shoot, everything it happens. And you will become the whole stone mountain, it becomes useful for some or the other kind of form of animal. Hullagu bettadadi. Manege mallige yagu. Born in a house, you be like a jasmine flower, which gives fragrance, which gives a little bit of happiness to everybody who wear it, who look at it, who holds it in their hand. So, manege mallige yagu. Kallagu kashtagala malaya vidhi suriye. If some difficulty arises in life, then become stone-like and face it. Don't give up in life. Become stone-like and face it. Kallagu kashtagala malaya vidhi suriye. Bella sakkareyagu dina durbala ringe. Practicing the virtues. And this land is not very content with preaching. This was never a land which was content with preaching. Here, practice that made a man something like a god. Shivo bhutva shivam yajetan. So, worship God and become a god itself. And how to worship a god? By becoming Shiva. So, how to worship an ideal? For instilling in yourself those ideals. Shivo bhutva shivam yajet. In the same way, this also in the poem also, that tells the same thing. Kallagu kashtagala malaya vidhi suriye, bella sakkareyagu dina durbala ringe. Become like a sugar for all the vulnerable sections of the society and all forms of life which comes on your way. This has been the basic thing of this life. Kallagu kashtagala malaya vidhi suriye, bella sakkareyagu dina durbala ringe. Then if you want spirituality, if you want to look at spirituality, the same poem which is only of 4 lines, it gives spirituality at the end also, adhyatma at the end also. Ellarolagondagu mankotimma. Don't be separate. Don't think you are something special. Don't think you are separate. Don't think you are alien. Ellarolaganda. Become one among everyone. Become one among everyone. ಭಗವಂತನ ಅಂಶ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಭಗವಂತನ ಅಂಶ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದೇ ಅಂಶದ ಸಹೋದರರು, ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದೇ ಅಂಶದ ಸಹೋದರಿಯರು. ಆ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಈ ನೆಲ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೋ ಇವತ್ತು ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಸದ್ಗುರುಗಳ ಸಹವಾಸದಲ್ಲಿ, ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಸದ್ಗುರುಗಳ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದದಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಸತ್ಯಸಾಯಿ ಗ್ರಾಮದಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಇವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ನಮಗೆ ಕುಡಿಯೊಡಿತಾ ಇರೋದನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸರಿ, ಇವತ್ತು ಪ್ರಸಿದ್ಧವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಅನೇಕ ಶಬ್ದಗಳಲ್ಲಿ the many of the words that are very famous and that are being used very frequently in today's times. And one of the biggest, one of the most frequently used word is sustainability. And whatever you do, it has to sustain yourself. The society, it has to sustain itself. The ideal, they have to sustain itself. In the same way, the organization should also sustain itself. Nobody can help a helping hand from outside for too long a time. ಇವತ್ತು ಸತ್ಯಸಾಯಿ ಗ್ರಾಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿನ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಳ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒನ್ ಬಿಗ್ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ who have studied here, many of them have become the practitioners of what they heard during their school days. ತಾವೇನು ಶಾಲಾ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೋ, ತಾವೇನು ಶಾಲಾ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲಿತ್ವೋ, ತಾವೇನು ಶಾಲಾ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ವೋ, ಇವತ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ತುಂಬ ಸಾಧಕರು, many of the practitioners who are, many of the sadhaks who are here, they were students of the same institution which has been running for almost 53 years here. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿದ್ರು, ಇವತ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಗಳಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿದ್ರು, ಇವತ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರಿಯಲ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿದ್ರು, ಇವತ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿಯೇ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿದ್ರು, ಇವತ್ತು ಇದೇ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೀತಾ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ಗಳು, ಸೇವಾ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳು, ಅದನ್ನು ಮುಂದೆ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ಎ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಸಸ್ಟೈನಬಿಲಿಟಿ. ಕೆರೆಯ ನೀರನ್ನು ಕೆರೆಗೆ ಚೆಲ್ಲು ಅಂತ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಒಂದ್ಸಲಿ ತಾವೇನು ಪಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ವೋ ಸಮಾಜದಿಂದ ಅದನ್ನು ಮತ್ತಷ್ಟು ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಡುವಂಥ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಅನೇಕರು ಸದ್ಗುರುಗಳ ಪ್ರೇರಣೆಯಿಂದ, ಸದ್ಗುರುಗಳ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದದಿಂದ ಇವತ್ತು ಸಮಾಜದ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋದನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಒಂದ್ಸಲಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದನ್ನು ಮಾಡೋರಿಗೆ ಭಗವಂತ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಸಹಕಾರಿಗಳನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಸಹಕಾರಿಗಳನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಮಿಡ್ ಡೇ ಮೀಲ್ ಸ್ಕೀಮ್ ಹೆಸರು ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಒಂದ್ಸಲಿ ಮಧ್ಯಾಹ್ನ ಶಾಲೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಊಟ ಕೊಡುವಂಥ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ಕಾರಿ ಶಾಲೆಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ದೇಶದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಬೆಳಗಿನ ಉಪಹಾರ ಕೂಡ ಆರಂಭ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಈ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ಕಾರಗಳ ಆಲೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಈ ಥರದ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಸಂಘಟನೆಗಳು, ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದ ಮಠ ಮಂದಿರಗಳು, ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಲೇ. ಬಹುಶಃ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಅನ್ನದಾಸೋಹವನ್ನು ಆರಂಭ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ, ಮಿಡ್ ಡೇ ಮೀಲ್ಸನ್ನು ಆರಂಭ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಸಿದ್ಧಗಂಗಾ ಮಠ ಅದನ್ನು ಆರಂಭ ಮಾಡಿತ್ತು, ಪೇಜಾವರ ಮಠ ಅದನ್ನು ಆರಂಭ ಮಾಡಿತ್ತು, ಶೃಂಗೇರಿ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ ಅದನ್ನು ಆರಂಭ ಮಾಡಿತ್ತು, ಕೊಪ್ಪಳದ ಗವಿ ಮಠ ಅದನ್ನು ಆರಂಭ ಮಾಡಿತ್ತು, ಆದಿಚುಂಚನಗಿರಿ ಮಠ ಅದನ್ನು ಆರಂಭ ಮಾಡಿತ್ತು, ಚಿತ್ರದುರ್ಗದ ಮಠ ಅದನ್ನು ಆರಂಭ ಮಾಡಿತ್ತು. ಆ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಮನಸ್ಸಿದ್ದಂಥವ್ರಿಗೆ ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಹತ್ತಿರದ ರೂರಲ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಹಿರಿಯರ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಇವತ್ತು ಕೇಳಿದೋ. ಇವತ್ತು ಸತ್ಯಸಾಯಿ ಗ್ರಾಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆ, ಆಸ್ಪತ್ರೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೆ ನಾನು, ಆಸ್ಪತ್ರೆಯ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರಘುಪತಿಯವರು ತುಂಬ ಅಭಿಮಾನದಿಂದ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಸದ್ಗುರುಗಳ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದದಿಂದ ಯಾವುದು 4 ತಿಂಗಳು ತಗೊಳುತ್ತೋ ಆ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟ್ಗಳನ್ನ ವಿ ವೇರ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಯೂಸ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿದಿನ್ 10 days ಅನ್ ವಿಚ್ ಯೂಸ್ಯುವಲಿ ವಿಚ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ 40 days ಅನ್. 40 ದಿನ ಎರೆಕ್ಷನ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಎರೆಕ್ಷನ್ಗೆ ಅದರ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲೇಷನ್ಗೆ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಂಥ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನು 10 ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ವೈದ್ಯಕೀಯವಾಗಿ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೂ ಆರಂಭ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲೇನೋ ಒಂದು ಭಗವಂತನ ಅಂಶ ಇಲ್ದಿದ್ರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲೇನೋ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕತೆಯ ಒಂದು ಅಂಶ ಇಲ್ದಿದ್ರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲೇನೋ ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕೆ ಪೂರಕವಾಗಿರಬೇಕು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಅಂಶ ಇಲ್ದಿದ್ರೆ, ಹೀಗೆ 10 ಹಲವು ಸಹಕಾರಗಳು 10 ಹಲವು ಸಾಧನೆಗಳು ಒಂದೇ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಬಂದು ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸೇರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ತುಂಬ ಕಷ್ಟ. ಇವತ್ತು ಭಗವಾನ್ ಸತ್ಯಸಾಯಿ ಬಾಬಾ ಅವರ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರೇ ಇದೆ, ಅವರ ಸ್ಮೃತಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಈ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆಲಿದ್ದವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು 29 ಸಲ ಅವ್ರು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. 29 times ಭಗವಾನ್ ಸತ್ಯಸಾಯಿ ಬಾಬಾ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ವಿಸಿಟೆಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಟೈಮ್. 29 times ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದ್ಸಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಓಡಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಹಾಂ ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೋ ಭಗವಂತ ಓಡಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ದೇವರು ಓಡಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ ಒಂದ್ಸಲಿ. ಕಳೆದ 16 ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಸದ್ಗುರುಗಳ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ ಮತ್ತು ಅವರ ಸನಿಹತೆ ಕೂಡ ಇಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥವ್ರೆಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ಸಲಿ. ಇವತ್ತು ನಿಧಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದೊಂದೇ ಸಮಾಜ ಜೀವನದ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಲೈಫ್ನ ಎವ್ರಿ ವಾಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಆರ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಟಚ್ಡ್ ಬೈ Sathya Sai Grama institution under the guidance and under the blessings of Pujya Sadguru. Every single walk of life is being touched. There is a medical service mission here. There is a nutritional service mission here. There is education that is being imparted here. And today we are also looked at, we were witness to the inauguration of Nada Gurukulum also, which will be the institute par excellence of the performing arts. ದೃಶ್ಯ, ಶ್ರಾವ್ಯ, ಶಿಲ್ಪ, ಚಿತ್ರಕಲೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅತಿ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕೇಂದ್ರವಾಗಿ ಬೆಳೆಯುವಂಥ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಲುಕಿಂಗ್ ಎಟ್ ದ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಶೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ ನಾದ ಗುರುಕುಲಂ. ನಮಗೆ ಅದರ ಚಿಗುರುಗಳು ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ರೇವತಿ ರಾಮಚಂದ್ರನ್ ಅವರ ಸಹಕಾರದ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಅವರ ಮೆಂಟರ್ಶಿಪ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಇಡೀ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಸರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತಲೇ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನಂಥ ನಿಮ್ಮಂಥ ಇಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕೆಲವು ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳಿಗೆ ನಮಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು 2 ಕೆಲಸ. ಒಂದು, ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಸದ್ಗುರುಗಳ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಮೇಲೆ ಇರಲಿ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಒಂದು. 2ನೇದು, ಹುಲ್ಲಾಗು ಬೆಟ್ಟದಡಿ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಾಕ್ಯದ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಸಮಾಜದ ಈ ರೀತಿಯ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಸಮಯ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥವ್ರು ಸಮಯ ಕೊಡೋದು, ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥವ್ರು ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟೈಸನ್ನು ಪ್ರದಾನ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥವ್ರು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟೈಸನ್ನು ಪ್ರದಾನ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಈ 3 ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮಾಜದ ಈ ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಉಪಯೋಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೋದಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಸದ್ಗುರುವರ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಇವತ್ತಿಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಥರದ ಅನೇಕ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳು ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ಸಲಿ. ಅದೆಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಶುಭ ಹಾರೈಸ್ತಾ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದಾಗಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸಂಕಲ್ಪವನ್ನು ತೊಡ್ತಾ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಮೇಲೆ ಸದ್ಗುರುವರ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ ಸದಾಕಾಲಕ್ಕೂ ಇರಲಿ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ, ನವರಾತ್ರಿ ಮತ್ತು ಭಗವಾನ್ ಸತ್ಯಸಾಯಿ ನವರಾತ್ರಿಯ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ತಾಯಿ ದುರ್ಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ಭಗವಾನ್ ಸತ್ಯಸಾಯಿ ಅವರ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಮೇಲೆ ಇರಲಿ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ, ಇವತ್ತು ನನಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಎದುರಿಗೆ 4 ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನ ಸಮರ್ಪಿಸ್ತಾ, ಐ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ ಫಾರ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಮೈ ಆನ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಟು ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮೈ 4 words. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your wonderful words and for your presence this evening. We now pray to Sadhguru for his divine message this evening.
ओम कात्यायनाय विद्महे कन्याकुमारी धीमहि तन्नो दुर्गी प्रचोदयात्. Today is the day of Mother Katyayani, the slayer of the demons, both within and without, more within than without. And we offer our prayers to Mother in the form of Katyayani, who is the Daitya Ghatini, who kills all the Daityas, the demons of Arishat Vargas within us, and all the other demons of illiteracy, poverty, social injustice, cruelty, and so many other social and other kinds of evils. She is the destroyer of every of these. So we pray to her to help us destroy the evils within and without and make us pure. In her divine form, she makes us pure just like her. So that is the surrender we make. Tanno Durgi Prachodayat. May you enlighten us, may you bless us, may you grace us. That is the idea. Today also happened to be a very wonderful event of Nada Gurukulam. Shri B.L. Santhosh ji so wonderfully described the very reason of why we are doing everything over here. It has the inspiration of the land, of this ancient land of Bharat, which stood for its spirituality and also its translation into social service, practice of it. How wonderfully he said that a small poem from DVG gives you the very essence of why we should live. And the most important aspect, it takes you all the way to Advaita Vedanta, which says, become one in the many. The ultimate idea, not just serve, but also become one in the process of service. The wonderful, we are very grateful to B.L. Santhosh ji for coming here and sharing the moment with all of us. And his words would inspire our students, staff, and all the other volunteers and karyakartas of this mission. He has spent all his life and still spending all his life in the service of the country and staying on this path ever since he was a young boy. He never deviated from this path because he believed that the only way to redeem the nation is to follow the very essence, the very philosophy of the nation, that of our Sanathana Dharma, and which is what he is doing and continues to do all the time. It is of the fortune of the children to even see such eminent people, to even listen to them. This is a great fortune, and you are all very lucky to even meet such people, hear them, or even see them, because that inspires us. Yadyad acharati shreshtaha tat vedaro janaha sayat pramanam kurute lokastadanu vartate, it is said. As the noble ones conduct themselves in the society, and the kind of ideals they set, the kind of examples they set, the ordinary ones follow. We all need somebody to follow. We need an ideal. We need someone as an example. So meeting such people, exemplary people, is the fortune of all the, especially the youngsters, because they can also take a leaf out of their lives and dedicate themselves to the service of this great motherland, to the service of humanity at large. Nada Gurukulam is an exciting thing for me, though I don't get very excited nowadays. But you know, Veda and Nada are two things which are very close to my heart. 3 years ago, we started the Veda Gurukulam. And now the Uma Maheshwara Devasthana is coming next to the Veda Gurukulam, which is to be inaugurated on Dasara, so that our children can learn the Agama Shastras, all the Vidhi Vidhanas of the Pujas, and Paurohityam, and every other rituals that are associated with temple. So then they become, I told our students, the biggest demand in the future would not be for the AI scientists, would not be for the life science people, will not even be for the doctors. It will be for the people who know Sanatana Dharma, because the whole world will follow Sanatana Dharma. So they would like to listen to people. Such a day will come. In 2009, when Bhagavan visited for the last time Muddenahalli, that was on 14th of February, he told that within 28 years, the entire world will become Hindu. They all will follow Hinduism because they will be so inspired by the ideals of Hinduism, which is deeply rooted in this very ideal of oneness. The kind of world that we see today, so divided, so conflicted. People are looking for answers, but they have no answers. Politicians cannot give them the answers. The business people cannot give them the answers. The social leaders cannot give them the answers. And so many other philosophies of the world also cannot give the answers. But this generation is asking for the answers for the questions. Why are we divided? Why are we fighting? Why are we not united? Why the world is so broken? And there are no answers for that from any corner except in Sanatana Dharma, which says it's only because of Ajnana, Avidya, Kama, Karma, that is the Granthi, which we have got stuck in. Wrong knowledge leading to wrong desires, leading to wrong actions. The wrong understanding, we are all separate, that is the wrong understanding. You and us versus them is the wrong understanding. And so wrong desires, I want more than them. I want things for myself and not for them. So that is creating all the divisions. And karma, it is leading to all kinds of actions, conflicts, and the social inequities. This is the outcome of wrong understanding, wrong knowledge. Once you know everybody is a part of the same divinity, then where is the question of us conflicting with each other? Like the limbs of the same body. That is the idea of Sanathana. When we say Yadevi Sarva Bhuteshu, it is not excluding anybody. Sarva Bhuta means even human beings and animals and any other birds, animals, insects, and the entire creation. Everything Yadevi Sarva Bhuteshu. How many ways it is described? Dayarupena samstita. As the compassion you dwell in people's heart. So also Kshuddha Rupena samstita. So also Tushti Rupena samstita. So also Chaitanya, Chetana ityabhidiyate. So also Shakti Rupena samstita. In every form we worship that the same divinity exists in all. The hunger of an American, hunger of an Australian, hunger of Japanese, hunger of an Indian or anybody else is the same Shuddha, is the same hunger that the divine is experiencing within. So also Tushti Rupena samstita. The solution to that also is the same divine. And that is the idea. In every situation, Pratibodha Viditam Matam Amrutatvam hi vindate, says our Upanishad. In everything we see divinity, in every situation we see divinity. Even if it is not favorable, as Indians, as Bharatiyas, we believe that is also under the great divine will for our good. And we learn from it. This is the beauty of this culture. That alone is the answer to all the questions in the world. I have traveled, I don't know how many countries by now, maybe 45, 50 countries I have traveled in the last 10 years, multiple times. Everywhere they ask me these same questions, especially the young ones. What is the answer to all this? Where is the solution? Where is the end to all this? I always tell them, all the answers are in Sanatana Dharma. If we follow even one dictum of Sanatana Dharma and not even have to read the Vedas and Upanishad, a simple poem of DVG is good enough to tell us what is right, what is wrong, how to lead our lives in this world. So it's such a rich culture and heritage that we have received from our ancestors, our forefathers. It's our utmost responsibility to preserve, protect and promote it. And so Nada Gurukulam is the second chapter. The first was Veda Gurukulam, which was to ensure that we take children from the proper families and train them properly in the worship, temple worship, as well as in the Upanishadic knowledge also, not just the ritualistic karma kanda, not just the Purva Mimamsa, Uttara Mimamsa, which is the Adi Shankaracharya's contribution of Vedanta. They should know that also, I said. I told the Gurukulam Acharyas in the beginning, don't just teach them rituals. They have to read Upanishads, because generally in many Veda Gurukulams, Upanishads are not given too much of importance. I said, first you should teach them Upanishads. They should never feel superior or greater than thou, holier than thou kind of attitude should not come. They should work with all. Vandagu is saying, one become one with everybody, whoever you are. That is the idea of Sanatana Dharma. So that is happening in the Veda Gurukulam. And Nada Gurukulam is another beautiful chapter, because I think Lord, as it was mentioned in Bharat Muni's Natya Shastra, that initially the Vedas were available only to the elite and the upper class and whatever, the Devatas. It was not available to the common man. They didn't understand what was being spoken. The essence was not told. So for their sake, Natya Shastra came into picture. Brahma Prajapati himself gave, and the first production that happened was that Sagar Mantaram, that is the between the demons and the gods, the fight or the churning of the ocean, was the first theatre production that ever happened, it seems. And that is how the story started spreading and common people started enjoying. And recently we saw Yakshagana, Mahishasura Mardini. That is how people got to know. They couldn't read Sanskritam, they could not talk to the scholars. But through these folk traditions, through music, through folk theatre, arts, through paintings, sculptures, through so many ways, these stories were told. Go to any temple in India. So many stories on those on the stone walls, stone carvings. Each of those carry some Puranic story, some idea, some thought. And that is how people got to know about the culture. So art was so important. As they say, art is the mirror of society, this is. Whatever they thought, that was reflected in the art of the times. And today, Nada Gurukulam is a small beginning. But I am sure in times to come, it will grow into an institution of great eminence. And with purity in our intentions, that it is being done only to promote the very spiritual idea of what Bharat has always stood for. Our folk arts, our Janapadas, our Vachana Sahitya, our, name it, Harikathas, Burakathas, everything was oriented towards that spiritual knowledge only. We were conveying a message to the audience through that. And that is why these traditions have to be revoked and continued by the younger generation. Because old generation artists are there, they're all fading away. They're all in 70s, 80s and probably the next generation is not taking it easily, taking it quickly. They find it is not lucrative. And that is another thing that stops them from doing this. But as Tyagaraja said, Nidhi Chala Sukama, Ramuni Sannidhi Seva Sukama. What is, but our people today, everybody wants to be a vlogger, a YouTube celebrity, Instagram hero, and they want, their entertainment is also getting very cheap. And it is mutually, kind of dependent. The kind of societal consciousness is, that would be the kind of entertainment that they would enjoy. The kind of entertainment they are provided with, that will shape the societal consciousness. It is kind of self-fulfilling. It complements each other. Today I see the kind of movies and productions are coming are so violent. People are angry. What is happening? They are enjoying such angry movie because they are angry inside. And somebody is at least showing that anger on the screen, because they can't go and bash up just people like that. Somebody bashes it up, yes, that is the right thing. They are enjoying it. In the recent times, what has happened to Indian entertainment? It has fallen down and down and down. It is going down. Why? Because it is reflecting what people want. See, demand and supply it is. People demand violence, people are supplying violence. And we watch such movies and get inspired. And the video games, to name it, what kind of level that children have fallen into. Digital addiction. Now, in these times, our wonderful culture and art, if it's preserved, promoted, and everybody has an access to it, let every house learn Carnatic. What is wrong in it? Let every child learn a little bit of Bharatnatyam or Kuchipudi or any other form of art, Yakshagana, anything. Let every house recite poems of these great poets or our great rishis. Let every house sing bhajans. Let every community gather together to enjoy a local theatre which conveys beautiful messages to the next generation. Where is all this? An industry has taken over everything, and the moment money enters the system, it corrupts everything. And that is how everything has got corrupted. Even temples have got corrupted, because everything is about Dakshina. I don't want to say, but I went to a temple. You have to pay to be there right in the front. If you don't pay, you are far behind. You pay, you get to stand for 10 minutes or sit for 30 minutes. You don't pay, you just get a quick passing glimpse of the deity and you are pushed out of the place. You're not even treated like a devotee or with dignity. Where have we gone? What has happened to our culture? That is the time when we have to take the, as they say, bull by the horns and reverse these trends in these times. And younger generation can do it. They are a huge power. They are a huge force. If they are directed correctly, they can change the fate of this country and the world. So I believe in the power of youth. I believe that if they are trained correctly, they are given right directions, they are made idealistic. And they are also given the tools to do it, the skills to do it. I am sure they can change the way the world is to a much, much better world. And that is why these efforts are there. So now the Gurukulam is just another effort when I want good entertainment, pure entertainment, elevating entertainment, enlightening entertainment for all humanity. And people will come, you wait and watch. The other people from around the world are picking up this faster, because they are done with all those materialistic things. They have tried all that, tasted, understood it is no good, and now they are looking for meaning, substance, as they say, some depth, some purpose. And only Indian culture can provide that. And so everybody will turn towards this. So in 15, 20 years, you will see so many people wanting to learn our Vedas, our Shastras, our theatre, our music, our dance, our scriptures. It will become a trend. That's why I told Veda Gurukulum people, I don't know whether other people will have jobs or not. AI may take away most of the jobs, but you Veda Gurukulum people will always have jobs. Because only you can convey the essence of Sanatana Dharma correctly. And I have a plan. I have told our Veda Gurukulum people, I will send you around the world to every of our ashram. You go there, sit there, learn their language and teach them all these things in their own language. If it's France, teach it in French. If it's Spain, teach it in Spanish. If it is, Australia, teach it in Australian. And whatever language they speak, you must teach them. You must learn. I told the Gurukulam students, you must learn languages. Otherwise, you cannot convey the essence of our Dharma. Everybody cannot learn Sanskrit. Maybe eventually. But first you have to attract them by talking their language. That they are doing. Similarly, I have a vision that now the Gurukulam students, to help people experience what Indian dance and music and art is like. Of course, YouTube and all things are there, but nothing like sitting in front and watching it live. So one day I will take all these group of students, whoever is, if you are doing really well, because we are representing our country and culture, we must do it really well. So with that kind of perfection, if you are ready, you will travel around the world, and spread this Indian idea, Indian culture, present these wonderful, whatever productions from your Nada Gurukulam, which will convey the essence of Indian thought to all the world. And I'm sure if young people perform, young people will attend. If old people perform, only old people attend. That is what is the present kacheris are like. All are 60 plus. Halfway through, half of them are sleeping. Why? Because they can't stay awake. 60 plus, 70 plus. But if young people go and perform on live on stage, young crowds will come. That is how we slowly start influencing the next generation to develop a taste for Indian things. We have to feed them, sometimes force feed them, so that they develop a taste for it. And once they get the taste of it, they will not leave it, because it is so very, yanto ruchira, it's very tasty. You cannot give up these beautiful traditions. So that is the idea of why Nada Gurukulam. And I can go on and on about Veda and Nada. That I do not want to do. We have something nice coming up. Srimati Padma Subramaniam, one of the legendary dancers of India. She not just composed so many of her recitals. One of them she is presenting today. She tells me that she composed it when she was just 18 years old. Today she is 82 years old and still she dances. And it is the story of Meenakshi Kalyanam, the story of the marriage of Meenakshi, Mother Meenakshi of Madurai. It is a wonderful story. So she composed this when she was 18, and today she is 82 and still going to perform. And she was telling that she was so touched, and she has done a lot of research, not just promoting Indian art, but research based. And she studied the entire Bharat Muni's Natya Shastra, and under the guidance and inspiration of Kanchi Paramacharya, she researched and brought out all those 108 karanas, which are the poses or dance poses of Bharatanatyam. And then she made a beautiful museum in Chennai. I visited that. She made a temple for Bharata Muni. There was no statue of Bharata Muni. Nobody knew how he would be or how to represent him. But she is the rishi who thought how Bharata Muni should be, and created a statue of Bharata Muni, which is also installed in Indira Gandhi National Center for the Arts in Delhi. And I asked her for one more statue for our Nada Gurukulam, because I did see Bharata Muni being there. So we must worship the man who took upon himself to write it down, because if you don't document it, you see it's lost with the passage of time. But he documented it, and he gave correct methodology, how it should. Agama Shastras document temple rituals. So many other Shastras are there. Vimana Shastra is there. Ayurveda is there. So many other Shastras document the methodology, the structure. So Bharata Muni did that. And that is how she developed that interest, did a lot of research, and she's a very, very academically also, she's one of the very brightest music academician in the country and the world. She is renowned for that. She has held many prestigious positions and awarded by the country in various ways. But we are very fortunate that during Navaratri, she and her team is here to perform for us on the Mother Goddess Meenakshi. And I'm looking forward to that. So this is what I'm saying. This is the journey. You take it up at 18 and you continue till 82. Don't give up. That is the passion with which you must join Nada Gurukulam if you're joining. And I wish, I was saying the other day, if I could become a student again, I think I would be a student of my own institutions today. It is so good. You get so many opportunities. We never had all these things. I'm sure many sitting in the front row, the grey hair and no hair people, they would be thinking the same way. If another opportunity comes to us, maybe we'll all join back these institutions and restart our journey of the student. And you have so many choices. The world is yours. Anything and everything is possible. Medical college is possible, so also Vedic college is possible, so also music college is possible, so also science, humanities, sports, agriculture, everything, and now artificial intelligence. Rural Shores, which has been a supporter of this mission, which was founded by Bhagwan. He blessed, and so this initiative started to upskill the rural youths and stop immigration or migration to cities. That was the idea with which Rural Shores was started, and so I believe more than 18,000 youngsters, boys and girls, have been trained in the last so many years, isn't it? And they all have gone on to take up other jobs as well. But the centers were started in the rural areas. That was the rule, that it has to be in area where the youngsters are there, take jobs to the people. And now also more than 3,000 people are working across 14 centers. And 15th center is coming up right outside next to the Sai Shore factory. And we are supposed to inaugurate it by Bhagwan's birthday in November. So yes, still now we have not done the foundation also, but we are supposed to inaugurate the center in 2 months or so. And now technology has changed, construction technology has changed. So everything gets ready-made, done and just brought and assembled. So they are going to do something for the inauguration. And that's going to be a center for artificial intelligence-based services. And our students also will have an opportunity to work there and learn from there. So that is another great opportunity for students to learn. So they are also very supportive. For the last 5 years, they've helped with the hospital, Annapurna, name it, whatever is there. I request them, they make sure that somehow or the other, they come together to help the mission. This is how industry and corporate should be. Sarkara, Samaja, Samstha, I keep saying. This is an ideal example. They work, they earn, but they also contribute in return. And every employee contributes, minimum a rupee. 1 rupee a day, remember a campaign we started some time back. So every employee contributes at least a rupee per day. That's how all the employees are part of this mission. That is how societies are built. And that is very, very important. I've also told that, I think I told in the morning, Uncha Vritti, they have started the Uncha Vritti. It means they will come singing songs to street by street, apartment by apartment, and you have to give some dakshina. You can't just listen to the song, enjoy and close the window. No, you have to go down and offer something. It has to be food or something which is perishable. It should not last more than a day. Only for that day. Whatever you offer, it will go to the temple. Whatever is prepared from that will be distributed to all as prasadam. But that is how it should be done. So they will come in rounds as groups and you have to offer them. And if they're singing very badly, tell me. That if they're disturbing your peace in the ashram, inform me, then I will take care of it also. But you have to do it with pure heart because the vibrations will spread and purify the entire place. That is Bharatiya culture. What a beautiful time. Imagine this, maybe 1,000 years back, people will wake up to the songs of these saints who would be going street to street, taking a tambura and talam and singing everywhere. And people would listen and wake up and start their day with such positivity. And then they will continue their journey through the day in the temple. The worships will happen. And by the evening time, everybody will finish their chores and assemble at the village temple. And gather to entertain themselves through Pauranic stories, through music, through dance, through theatre, while they worship the divine. And that is how we'll end the day. So beginning of the day is beginning with the songs of God. End of the day is also worship. And entertainment also is divine in every way. And then they'll go to sleep thanking God for everything and wake up again and start another day in the same spiritual way. That is our culture and all that is now gone. But we'll have to slowly, somewhere we have to begin. If you look at the size of the problem and sit down and say this is not going to change, then there is no possibility at all. You lost the battle even before fighting it. We have to start somewhere. And we are starting small steps, one step at a time. That is the idea. And since he reminded of Devi ji, who is such a great poet from Mankuti Mada Kagga, this is what Hale Beru Hosachi Guru, that is the institution all about. Kudiralu Marasobhagu. Hosa Yukti Hale Tattva Dodagude Dharma. Rishi Vakya Dodane Vijnana Kale Melavise Jasau Janajivanakke Mankutimma. The ancient Vedic culture, Nada culture is there, the modern artificial intelligence to the healthcare and everything. Everything can be synthesized in the idea of Indian culture. Indian culture has no problem with anything. It can learn anything. It can reinvent itself to the changing times and become relevant to the people. Yet not lose its anchoring in its ethos and values. That is the beauty of Indian culture. Like a tree which grows down also and grows up also. The more it goes down, the more it grows up. Its roots are also intact and the tree also grows. That is how Indian culture is. It grows spiritually deep, also materially progressive. Both can happen together and this is just a model which I hope others will watch and emulate, and hopefully our education system will reform watching such initiatives. Healthcare system will get reformed, and that is the way to the real developed India, Viksit Bharat. That this is the kind of Bharat we should have. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkham apnuyat.